It's the Dream Challenge Part 1. Let's just get to it, shall we? Day at the office, kill all walkers, but you never know what lies beneath these doors. Do offices usually have trapdoors? Anyway, Daryl is going to be bringing the lovely, lovely sawtooth spike. Ezekiel has got a mace. Tyrese has got a mace. Let's just get to it. So Daryl, Huntsman Daryl, is the leader. Really interesting character. Can certainly be very effective as well. Looks like on this mission, the first thing that we're noticing is there's no threat counter. But there are some explosive barrels. Now that could be kind of useful when this starts to get tricky. If some really big scary walker types come out, then we can always bear in mind that if we had ranged characters, we can use those barrels, blow them up, and they make a mess of things. I think that idea that we had there of just getting everybody charged as best we could is a good idea. Are melee characters necessarily a good idea here? Maybe not. Certainly not going to be able to use... Okay, that was weird. There was still a walker alive. Did anyone see that? There was still a walker alive. I don't know if perhaps the mission actually ends after a certain amount of turns, or if that was just some kind of glitch. If anyone's had anything like that, let me know during the comments, because I don't think that was supposed to happen. I think characters like Tyrese could be useful, creating that field that the walkers walk into and they are slowed and it automatically hurts them. Ranged characters, yeah, you're going to be able to pick them off as they come out the doors. You're going to be able to blow up those barrels, although that could be a double-edged sword. The barrels could be a risk to you as well. Certainly not really going to be able to make the most of Huntsman Daryl's ability, but go to exit, but choose your path carefully. Ooh. Okay. So what paths do we have? We have a door to open there. We have a door to open there. So we know what's in front of us here. And this is a little bit of a mystery. How exciting. Well, let's put Ezekiel there, because he can defend himself if anything comes towards him. We've got a twitching corpse pile I see down there. So if I get Ezekiel out of the way, can we get Tyrese to the door? Yes, we can. Okay, it looks like this is probably the better way. I mean, there's probably going to be a diversity of opinion here, but one lone walker crawling out of that twitching corpse pile, a lot easier to deal with than all of those big guys. There's a threat counter here. Obviously, I've given Daryl a weapon that reduces the threat. You could use a character like Michonne, who has a chance to get that down as well if you don't have any weapons that reduce threat. But I think that that's a good shout to make it so that you're not going to have to deal with as much as you otherwise would have to. I mean, that, to me, left of the screen seems like the much better, sort of course of action, because eventually those walkers which are pouring out of that twitching corpse pile, they're going to catch up with you anyway. So maybe taking them head on and just leaving the tough guys locked behind that door is the better course of action. But perhaps that changes when we get to more difficulty, greater difficulties. I don't know. Building blocks, gather the supplies, but be careful. Walkers are close by. Oh, we got humans, we got spikies, we got flamey things. Gosh darn it. You know what? I was going to take Glenn, because this is a gathering supplies mission. but I don't know. So we got one box which is not glowing red. Get this guy. He is not going to be distracted by being hit because he is chewing on somebody. Can I get... No, I can't. I think I'm just gonna... I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. So that box wasn't glowing red, so that means it's not going to create any enemies for us. Let's get Tyrese charged. And let's wait until everyone's got their actions before we open this box. What does that do? That opened that door at the bottom of the map, which isn't too scary. Let's get the kill there. We are using melee characters, which means... Oops. We're using melee characters, which means that if we hit flaming enemies, we hurt ourselves. So we've got to be a little bit careful with what we're doing there. Glenn? We're killing Glenn? Okay. Poor Glenn. Let's finish him off. Let's clear the map a bit. And then let's open this and see what happens. A spiky appears. Can we just outrun him? Yeah, looks like we kind of can. Let's hit him. Let's just put Ezekiel there. Okay, let's not open the door with Tyrese or else that walker's going to go for him. Open that. Okay, slightly strange map. I think maybe actually bringing Glenn could be a good idea. Seems like we could open those two trapped boxes and then we'd still have an action. Well, you'd open one, you'd still have an action, so hopefully you could reach the other one, open that as well, spring those traps, and then just get out of there. And I think that that might be a good idea. Deal with that tough walker in the top right at the start. Open that crate at the top right. Then go back with Glenn, open both of those trapped trunks, and then just leave. Because you don't have to kill the things that appear, anything like that. You just got to get the supplies and then get to the exit. So, is that an option? Could be. If you're struggling, maybe you could give it a try and let me know how it goes. Okay, attention class. Search one of the classes for supplies and get back out. Okay, I am gonna actually bring little Glenny. I think I'll use this. Give him that armor. And we will turn him into a pizza boy. Okay. Yeah. So we've got two pretty powerful characters in Huntsman Daryl and Ezekiel. Okay, looks like we've got a threat counter. So, potential problem. I think what I'll do is I will get everyone here. Okay, we can open that and we've still got an action left. We can put Ezekiel there and he will still get an action. It would be nice to use Daryl's ability, but we don't need to. So let's plonk him there. Let's search this. Oh, rats. Okay, slight change plan. Made a slight mistake there. Doesn't matter too much. Although I did get Ezekiel KO'd. So I just messed up slightly with the amount of actions that Glenn had there. Forgot they had opened the door. But he's definitely a good choice. I think that having Huntsman Daryl, you can sort of rush past walkers and stab them. We didn't get that much of a chance to do that. I think that maybe there's just too many in there that even if you do rush past one and you give him a little poke, his buddy's going to get you. So I don't know, but Glenn seemed like a good choice to bring on that mission. Just so that you can keep mobile and do what you need to do without having to slow down. Hey, Io. Io's offering some commentary and expert advice, as she often does. Cool. Jailbreak, free the survivors and get out. Let's bring Glenn again. Sounds like we're going to be interacting with something, opening some doors, maybe flicking some switches. I don't know. Oh, this one's a tricky one. It can be tricky when you get to later levels anyway. Hey, okay. Top tip number 1, they can get you through the doors. Does that open this door? Oh, it does. Looks like that sparks the appearance of another walker. Now, is this walker going to kill Normie Norm there? I don't know. Let's get Ezekiel to do the business. Daryl, do you want to take this guy on? Yes, Io? Do that. Let's do that. Okay, and then let's open this door. Anything else jump out at us? Oh yeah, a tank does. I think we should probably cover our backs by doing this. I am tempted to do this. This. And then is anything else going to come out? Yes. So at the back of the map, more walkers. But nothing else from the front. I am liking taking a little melee team and being able to take down the threat, to reduce the threat, so that we don't have more walkers spawning in. That's a nice luxury. Obviously, the tactics that you can use change as the difficulty increases. Sure is nice to do that, though. If you do have any dramas on any of the missions, just let us know, and either I or another commentator, of course, can surely help you. It's a pretty interesting little set of missions. It's not quite as wacky as the name, you know, Dream Challenge suggests. What do we got? We got some special guys. I'm going to bring Tyrese. I think he's a slightly better bet when you're taking on some particularly tough enemies. No reason that I couldn't take a ranged character. I mean, you know. Oh, this one's a tricky one if you have ranged characters because of these guys. They're called exploders because they explode. What we can do, keep Ezekiel around. He's always going to get his defensive action. I think it's worth noting that Daryl and any scouts begin the round charged. Oh, Ezekiel couldn't get to that tank, and Tyrese is now blocking the way. Well done, Tyrese. Still. Oh man, really? We put Ezekiel there, and that guy is not going to be able to reach us no matter what he does. Daryl, I would charge you in there, but you don't have a charge attack, mate, so... Aha, yes, being able to stun exploders. I so rarely use melee attacks against exploders. It's worth bearing in mind that you can stun them. Attacking them with melee weapons means they don't blow up. And I can hear noise on the other side of this thing. Once you've opened a door, you clearly cannot open the other, so... This one's a tricky one with ranged characters, and definitely using melee characters, you get some advantages. There's lots of dark corners and you know, corridors with bad lighting and stuff. Stuff can just jump around the corner, and they can be exploding walkers. And if your guys with guns shoot at them, they're going to blow themselves up. So, might be a fun chance to try a melee team, especially since Huntsman Darrell is the star hero. Okay, have we gone round again? Yeah, day at the office. Yeah, that weird one. Let's see if it ends strangely again. Let's just do this one more time and see what happens. We use the same team. Let's see if it just finishes before it's supposed to again. Gonna use my warriors here to get them some charge points. Okay, what do we got? We got a armored guy. If I just do this, might not kill him, but he should get stunned. Okay, we killed him. If I do this, won't kill him, but we will stun him. Ezekiel is still going to be able to defend himself. Oh, smashed that target into a wall. And of course, tanks can't be stunned, so that didn't work out very well for him. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, so that time we did have to kill them all. Whatever that weird glitch was, it doesn't seem to be a common one. I don't know. Certainly strange, but who knows why it happened. Okay, so there we go. Anyway, that's all the missions in the Dream Challenge. Some fun ones, definitely some strategies that you can use for the trickier ones. Huntsman Darrell is an interesting character for our weekly star hero. So if you haven't used him before, give him a chance and see what you can do. Didn't have much of a chance to showcase his unique leadership trait there. But maybe, who knows, there'll be some innovations further down the line, maybe when things get a little bit trickier. Anyway, there you go, Dream Challenge Part 1. Thank you for watching.